Pisces. You know why I'm here. We are closing out your season this year. So I want to do one last reading with the Pisces. Hey, been many days. Couldn't take the pain. Felt you should take your life away. What's going on here, Pisces? That's not what your loved ones want for you. What a shame. Life as a mother is hard to sit back and watch the same thing happen to your children that happened to you. We do have a child out here. Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. They can't hold a good woman down, Pisces. Went to the edge of the ledge, but I didn't jump. You can't hold a good woman down, baby. I used to see my daddy beat my mother down to her feet. And you used to say that will never be you. But now you're going through that? Hit you again. You're better than him, telling you that he'll never hit you again. What's going on here, Pisces? There's something really deep going on here. We do have a cup out here, which is the water signs. Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Don't be afraid. You can break through. You can't hold a good woman down. But ledge, but I didn't jump. You can't hold a good woman down. And I'm going to pause it right there. You can't hold a good woman down, Pisces. No matter what you've been through, you get back up. Life may take you to the edge. Yeah, life may take you to the edge and you feel like you want to jump. But do not give up. Do not give up. Can't hold a good woman down, a good man down. If there's any men that may be watching, like I said, I find that more women watch these tarot readings. More women watch these tarot readings than men do. So, yeah, I usually speak to the ladies. But if there's any fellas watching, take it as it resonates as well. Let me first of all say that I cuss like a sailor. So if cursing is something that you do not want to entertain, if it is something that offends you, I'm going to ask that you return to Tarot Universe to find a tarot reader that is more suited to your liking, because I'm still going to fucking do it. I'm passionate about my shit, and it may just come out in a vulgar way. So again, if cursing is not your thing, please return to Tarot Universe. As always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I am not offended. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. It's not for you. I am talking to the Pisces, all the Pisces in the collective. So everything may not resonate. I just encourage you to take what resonates and leave the rest for who it is for. Let me also say that the messy shit will come out. It's never to offend you. It's never to belittle you. I'm never here to offend or belittle anybody. We do have to be able to take a look at the mess going on in our lives when we are doing this thing called healing. Healing is a messy process. It is not an easy process. It's not a quick process. It could be a lifelong process, okay? We're constantly healing and growing from things. It takes a lot of courage, to first of all, take a look at yourself, to look within yourself, and, to, think about how you're thinking about things, how you're communicating about things. Sometimes we have to change, how we are in order, to get a different result. We can't keep, doing the same shit and expect a different result. Sometimes you got to switch shit up. You got to think about things differently. You got to do things differently. And it starts with self. It starts with self, taking accountability for the action you plan things. Yeah, it is a messy process, and a lot of people are in denial. Look, a lot of people are in denial about, accountability, and um, owning up, to the things that they do and say. And with healing, you have to be open. You have to be open to, taking accountability and doing things differently. That's it, and that's all. Like I said, I'm never here to offend or belittle anyone. So, always take everything as it resonates. I mean, don't try to make it fit. If it's not for you, it's not for you. And just be open. Just be open to, looking at things differently, thinking about things differently, and just doing something new, trying a different way. I get messages through music, I get messages through movies, or with other people, situations going on with other people, or even situations going on in the world that may relate, to what spirit is trying to convey. So if I ever throw a song out there, go on and listen. If I ever throw a movie out there, go on and watch if you ever have time. It's definitely for something. It's not for nothing. Okay. Thank you. I want to thank everyone for watching. I truly appreciate you for watching. If you have not, please subscribe. Please like, please comment, please share. It will help to get the messages out to other folks that may want to hear a healing message. Yeah. So again, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I truly appreciate my current subscribers. Thank you so much. Like, share, comment as well. Again, it will help to get the messages out to other folks that may want to hear a healing message. All right, with all that being said, let's go on and get into it. I don't want to be on here too long, but I did want to hop on and, do one last bonus reading while we're in Pisces season. Oh my God, so much has been going on. Oh my God, these water signs. I'm a fire sign. I'm a Leo. So whenever we get to the water sign seasons, baby, I like to hibernate, just to do some reflecting, just to do some resting, and all the R's, all the R's. Refocus, reflect, rest. Yes, but it has been a busy Pisces season, and it has been a lot going on, drama and everything. Hold on. Yeah, it has been a lot going on. So, it's been busy. It's been really busy, but we are going to get into it, Pisces. So, the song I was playing was Good Woman Down by Mary J. Blige. And like I was saying, Pisces, no matter what you go through, no matter what you've been through, you can't hold a good woman or man down. There are times in life when you feel like life is taking you to the edge, when you feel like you want to jump, but you don't want to make no rash decisions, in the heat of the moment. Like I was saying, you gotta take some time to chill, to rest, relax, relate, refocus, reflect, to do all the REs. And I think Mercury is actually retrograde right now. So in fact, we all should be resting, relaxing, refocusing, relating, reflecting. Yeah, this little section here is kind of sticking out to me. But yeah, once again, Pisces, no matter what you go through, no matter what you've been through, don't let nothing hold you down. Don't let nothing hold you down. Always keep going. Always keep going. And I'm going to get into this conversation since we're here, so I don't have to get into it later with the Fool card. I always speak about, if you're ever having feelings like you want to harm someone or harm someone else, please reach out to someone that can give you tools on how to manage your emotions and your feelings. I'm talking about life coaches. I'm talking about therapists. I'm talking about people of the cloth. I don't know what your religion is or what your spiritual rituals may be, but people of the cloth are trained, to give counsel. So I don't know, your pastor, your priest, your pope, whatever. Like I said, whatever your religion may be, it may be time to tap on in, just to get some tools on managing, your emotions and your feelings, and coping with your emotions and your feelings, even if it's something financial. Reaching out to a financial expert, a financial advisor, someone with experience and knowledge, that can share with you how to push your shit forward or fix whatever, money situations that you may have going on. There's always tools, there's always people that can assist with, whatever we got going on in life, thinking about, harming yourself or harming, someone else, should be the very last thing on the roster. Your loved ones, that's the last thing they want to do, is have to, visit you behind bars or in a cemetery, so, it's just something to think about since, we were in that topic, but yes, what else did I have? And I had this old song. It's called Everybody Plays the Fool, and I got that when the Fool card came out. I forget how the song goes. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. And he said there's no something to the rules. Yeah. He was basically saying, you sitting around sad and shit, thinking you don't have options. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. That doesn't mean that life is over or that is the end. It just means it's time for a new beginning. Speaking of the Fool card, it's time for a new beginning. It's time for something new. It's time for something fresh. Time for something fresh and new. Time to go a new route. Yeah. And I'm getting Erykah Badu. Ooh, hey, I'm trying to decide what way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Pisces, I think you're trying to decide which way to go, what decision to make. Yeah, Erykah Badu said, I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. You made a wrong turn somewhere, baby. You got to turn around and get back on the right road. Get back on the right path. Didn't you know? Yeah, Erykah Badu is a Pisces. Shout out to Erykah Badu. Baby, she lives with no limitations, okay? No limitations. But yeah, those are the two songs I got. In fact, this whole Mary J. Blige album, The Breakthrough, yeah, you might want to go on and listen to that. Pisces.
Just started a brand new job, and I get a call, and my mom says, "Don't panic, but the house is on fire."
Yeah, this whole Breakthrough album by Mary J. Blige, excellent. Yeah, it's got enough crying on here. Oh, hey. It's enough crying. Enough crying been going on. It's time you do something for you. Alright? What else we got on here? Then we got Be Without You. Yeah. You don't want to be. I want to be with you. Gotta be with you. You want to be with someone. Someone wants to be with you. Just a few songs that stand out to me. Good Woman Down. Take Me As I Am or Have Nothing at All. Hell yeah. Take Me As I Am or Have Nothing at All. Hey, if they don't know you by now, they will never know you. This got 50 Cent in it. Golly. Things ain't been the same and I can't complain. A whole lot of pain. With this fame comes a whole lot of pain. But I'm still glad to be here. I feel like, Pisces, you are breaking through. You are breaking through. You are in the spotlight. You just shining, baby. But with it comes a lot of pain, a lot of jealousy, a lot of hate. Hate it or love it, the underdogs on top. Baby, that's a bar. Hate it or love it, the underdogs on top. Yeah, child. Hate it or love it, Pisces. You're on top. The underdog is on top. You can't hold a good woman or man down, baby. All right, let's go on and get into this. All right, I had to go check on my ribs. Got some ribs in the oven. I'm gonna throw some barbecue sauce on them. All right. Whew. So talk about a breakthrough. The Ace of Swords came out. The Ace of Swords is all about vision, your focus. It's about exciting people and situations, new beginnings and new ventures. You got that here with the Fool card as well. New beginnings, new ventures. It speaks about triumph and success. Baby, hate it or love it, the underdogs on top. You can't hold a good woman or man down. You hear that, Pisces? That's the basics of this reading. It's about triumph, success, mental clarity. You are having a breakthrough. Your vision is clear. You're thinking clearly. You're focused. You're concentrating, and you're realizing the truth about shit. Yeah, you're realizing the truth about shit. After that, the Queen of Swords came out, baby. The Queen of Swords is not to be fucked with. The Queen of Swords is not to be fucked with. Swords is air, energy, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. You have quite a few swords in your reading. It's all about your mental health, your mental well-being, how you're thinking, how you're communicating, your morals, your values, common sense, baby, your intelligence. Yeah. So I don't know. You got a lot of air energy here. I don't know if you got, some air signs in your life. Like I said, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Or this could be, a lot of things going on mentally with you. Mentally you're breaking free. You're thinking clearly. You're focused. Yeah. And then with the Queen here, the Queen of Swords, like queens are mothers. Queens are mothers, grandmothers, wives, aunts, sisters. Take it as it resonates. It's female energy. I call this queen the Queen of Hard Knocks. She's been through some shit in life. Exactly, like we've been talking about since we started, Pisces. The Queen of Swords has been through some shit in life. She is the Queen of Hard Knocks. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Instead of kisses, we get kicked. That always gives me the movie Annie. The little girl Annie that was an orphan. So I don't know, maybe I'm talking to someone that has been adopted or has been through the foster care system. But it's like you're this grown woman now. Yeah, the Queen of Swords is a grown elderly woman. Older woman. I won't say elderly. I'll say older woman, maybe 40s, 50s. Yeah. And she's been through the school of hard knocks. She knows what it is. She knows what it is. She wants you to be independent. She wants you to set clear boundaries. Speak your mind. Speak directly. It's all about having unbiased opinions. Because she's been through some shit. She can teach you some things. She has that desire to find the truth. I feel like Pisces, you are looking for the truth. You are looking for the truth. And like, I feel like truth is coming to light. It's like you're finding out the truth or realizing the truth about a lot of shit. Or somebody's realizing the truth about you. It could be an air sign, like I said. They're realizing the truth about you. I will say water and air are very toxic. I find that water signs tend to get hurt by air signs more so than air signs getting hurt by water signs. But yeah, I feel like there is a straight shooter here. There is a Queen of Swords here that is a straight shooter. It could be you, Pisces, or someone in your life with the gift of intellect, leading from the head, not the heart. It could be, seen as cold-hearted. It's not that, they're cold-hearted or that you're cold-hearted. You want the truth, and you know how to filter through to the truth. You could decipher the bullshit. You could decipher the bullshit. And you don't beat around the bush about it, or somebody's not beating around the bush with you about some shit. Take this as it resonates. It's about respecting opinions. Yeah, this is a tough lady. This lady is not to be fucked up, not to be fucked with. She's not to be fucked with because she already knows what it is. It's like you can't pull the wool over her eye. You can't pull one past her. What's it called? What did my grandmother used to say? You gotta wake up early in the morning or some shit to get one over on me or some shit like that. Yeah, but it's hard to pull the wool over this Queen of Swords eyes. Yeah, it's all about being independent. Again, being independent, setting clear boundaries, standing on your boundaries, communicating directly, being unbiased, having unbiased opinions, because you've been there before. Yeah, you've been there before. Like Mary J. Blige was saying in that song, Can't Hold a Good Woman Down. She was talking about seeing these young girls in the street, no self-esteem, thinking to myself, that used to be me. It's like you could school these young girls. You could school these people now on some shit because you've lived it. You've lived it, you've been through it, and now you could teach others. Yeah. Or someone is this for you. Someone has been through this and now they're trying to teach you. Yeah. And yeah. This woman is not playing. Like so, yeah. And once again, staying focused, thinking clearly, and realizing the truth, communicating directly. Yeah, and there's new beginnings here. New beginnings and new ventures, new people, new situations. I feel like you're going down a whole new road. Stop being in denial about it, baby. Go down that road. Go down that road. Yes. All right. That's how we starting this thing out. Let's go on and get into it because we got the 5 of Cups here, which is Pisces. So Cups is all about emotions and feelings. Yeah. Pisces, I feel like there's a Pisces in the collective that's full of regret. It speaks a lot about failure and trauma and tragedy. Feeling like a failure, feeling regretful. There's been a lot of trauma, a lot of tragedy. It speaks about wallowing in self-pity. It's like you're so focused. Look, there's 3 cups turned over. And you're so focused on the cups that are turned over that you don't realize you still got 2 cups standing. Yeah. So it speaks about a lot about finding a way out of self-pity. What's that song by Solange, Cranes in the Sky? She was talking about how she tried to drink it away. She tried to work it away. She tried to sex it away. Yeah, she tried to drink it away, work it away, sex it away, smoke it away. Yeah, it was like cranes in the sky. Nothing was working. Yeah, you gotta address the shit head on. Yeah, you gotta find a way, out of this regret and this self-pity. Give yourself a limit and move on. It also speaks a lot about playing the blame game, playing the victim, pointing the finger, who's at fault, whose fault is it, blah 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 blah. And then it speaks about forgiveness. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who the fuck is at fault. It speaks about forgiveness, that big word forgiveness. Listen, forgiveness is not for the people that hurt us or do us wrong. Forgiveness is for us so that we can heal and move on, so that we're not dwelling on the shit that hurt us. Yeah, because that shit keeps us stuck. Keeps us stuck, baby, stuck in the mud. Yeah, so it may be time to forgive some situations. Know that you are doing your best and learn from your mistakes. Yes. And look, then you got a child backing this up. This could be a situation with a child. Yeah. This child, this is in swords. Once again, something mentally going on. But with this page of swords, it speaks a lot about going public, public speaking, writing books. I feel like Pisces, maybe you could be speaking publicly about some type of trauma or some tragedy, speaking publicly, doing a podcast, maybe even on social media, just going public about something. Yeah, because it speaks a lot about social media and public speaking, maybe writing a book, or maybe this is your child that has wrote a book about some type of trauma, some type of tragedy. Maybe that's a way, that's a way of healing. Writing, speaking, even writing in your journal or your diary. Yeah, writing, speaking, that's a way of healing trauma and tragedy. So I don't know, Pisces, maybe you want to speak publicly about something or write a book about something. It will be very healing for you. Yeah, but the Page of Swords is a child. It's a child or an immature person that's curious and looking for new ways of communicating. They're thirsty for knowledge. It speaks about bursting with ideas, planning for the future, having exciting projects. Yeah. New way of thinking, new way of communicating, exploring. I feel like somebody could be trying to communicate about some type of regret, some type of trauma, some type of failure. Yeah, exploring ways on how to express yourself. Yeah. Like I said, that could be through social media. That could be through public speaking. It could be through writing a book. Yeah. It says learn from your slip-ups and share your messages. I spoke about that with the Queen of Swords in the beginning. The Queen of Swords has been through the hard knocks. And you've grown, you've matured, and now you can school the younger generation that's probably going through the same thing you may have went through, Pisces. Yeah, share your message. Learn from your slip-ups. Follow your passion. Even if others are not thrilled. It says kids may be too much to handle, a bit mouthy, but they have a lot to share. Yeah. I feel like there could be like a mother-child situation going on here too. Yeah. That may be toxic. That may hurt you or may have hurt your child. Maybe your child went public about something that hurt you. Yeah. I'm definitely getting a mother-child situation here, Pisces. But it says kids could be too much to handle and mouthy, but they have a lot to share. And can teach you something. Stay open to their enthusiasm. Yeah. Even though, our children can be too much to handle and mouthy, they have a lot to share. And they can even teach us a few things. So, it's encouraging to stay open to, the enthusiasm of children. If you've ever been around children, young children especially, you notice how carefree they are. Yeah. I used to take my son to the park and I just used to watch the children play. They didn't have a care in the world. They were just having fun. And you know, us as adults, we get so caught up in adulting, working, making ends meet, trying to make sure they're fed and clothed, and getting their education so that they can do the best they can do. We neglect ourselves. We need to have fun too. We need to honor our inner child too. So I'm gonna say also honor your inner child. Do something fun. Do something you've always wanted to do and have some fun. I also speak about healing, with your inner child. This could be something from your childhood that is hurting you. Yeah. So again, I'm gonna say, life coach, therapy, even someone of the cloth, because the thing with the Five of Cups is finding peace. Yeah, it's about finding peace. It's about acceptance. It's about moving on. It's about being content, seeing the positive. Seeing the positive. No more living in the past. No more living in the past. It's about recovery from regret. Yeah, you got to get it to a place of recovery from those feelings of regret and failure and trauma and tragedy. And again, I'm going to say, the best way to do that is forgiveness. Yeah. Again, the forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. And look at the Chariot in reverse, not moving on. Yeah, it's time to move on. It's time to move on, Pisces. I mean, you can only wallow in this shit for so long. It's time to move on. It's time to forgive. Forgive, baby, forgive. Once you forgive, you will heal. You will begin to heal. Most definitely. All right, I'm going to move on because we got the Eight of Pentacles in the middle of the entire spread. The Eight of Pentacles is all about bettering yourself. Working hard to better yourself. Burning that midnight oil. I feel like you are an expert at what you do. You've been working hard. You've been bettering yourself. Hate it or love it, the underdog is on top, okay? Yes. I'm seeing promotions. I'm seeing new jobs. I'm seeing new house, new car. Yes, it's up because you've been working hard. You've been working hard. You've been burning the midnight oil. Yes. And then you got the Nine of Wands here. Oh, the Nine of Wands. So, first of all, Pentacles is earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. It's all about money. Yeah. And then you got the Nine of Wands here backing that up. I feel like something's going on here with money, though. Where you are, you're guarding your money. And I think I said in your first bonus reading, keep an eye out on your money. People were trying to scam you and swindle you out of your money. It could be a fire sign. This is Wands, Leo, Sag, and Aries, trying to swindle you out of your money. There's something going on here with money. So the Nine of Wands speaks a lot about standing your ground. Once again, standing your ground. Yeah. Let's go deeper financially. Yeah, so with the Eight of Pentacles, you got skill, you got talent, you got craftsmanship, quality, high standards. Like your work is high quality. Like I said, it's like your expertise. It's like you've mastered the shit you do. It speaks a lot about commitment, dedication, and accomplishment. The Nine of Wands is backing it up. The Nine of Wands speaks about resilience, grit, persistence, having grit, being persistent, being close to success. But it's also about boundaries, setting up boundaries. I feel like it's about setting up boundaries when it comes to your money. Let's go a little deeper. Financially, if the Nine of Wands is appearing upright, it is indicating that you are suffering from financial distress currently and don't know how to get out of the situation. Although the reason behind the stressful situation is not a very serious one, it is still taking a toll on you. This card signals that you are under pressure right now because of these troubles. This current situation is making you question your previous decisions, and you are also considering taking out money from your savings, or even going a step further and taking out a loan to relieve yourself from this stressful situation. Borrowing money from someone close to you is also in your mind right now, but the Nine of Wands suggests you avoid disrupting your savings. Do not disrupt your savings, Pisces, or fall prey to loans, because it is a mess in itself. Baby, file for bankruptcy. To tackle this problem, try finding another source of income other than your actual one. Find another source of income. So maybe pick up a second job, maybe pick up some type of second hustle, turn some type of hobby you have into a monetary situation. Yeah, I mean, you could do hair on the side, sell plates on the side, do crafts, sell your crafts if you do crafts. Yeah, whatever it may be, it is suggesting a second stream of income. If your work allows it, try doing extra hours and performing overtime to ensure extra earnings. Yeah, I'm telling you, you are working hard, Pisces. Yeah, you are working very hard. I feel like you've been up working late, burning the midnight oil. Yes, indeed. Know that these problems and stressful situations are not permanent things, and soon you will be able to get out of this situation. You just have to make sure that you are not harming your current savings. Do not harm your current savings, as it may hinder your plans. Come up with solutions that will not affect your future, because with determination and sheer will, you will surely be able to get through this. Baby, I said in the beginning, you can't hold a good woman or man down. You just got to put that work in, burn that midnight oil. You can get out of whatever situation this financial situation is. And I feel like it requires, you standing boundaries. Setting up boundaries, standing on your boundaries, not giving in. When people say, hey, let's take this trip to Mexico, nah, I can't do it right now. Yeah, it's backing it up. The Tower card. Oh my Lord. I seen the Tower card while I was shuffling. So this is all about disaster and destruction. There's a disaster, there's a destruction, but there's also a blessing in disguise here. Yeah. When we go through disasters, when we go through destructive situations, there's always a silver lining in every cloud. There's always a silver lining in every cloud. There's always a blessing in disguise. That's giving me Jasmine Sullivan's silver lining. Jasmine said, I may not have a reason to think so, but maybe when I get home, that job I need, they gonna call to hire me. Or she might just win the lottery. I feel like you might just win the lottery. I feel like you might just get that call, Pisces, for that job you've been waiting to hear from. Yeah, baby. Yeah, there's a blessing in disguise here. Even though there's disaster and there's destruction, you gotta let the shit hit the fan. There's a blessing in disguise here. Yeah, there is light at the end of the tunnel. You're getting the truth about some type of shit. This may be co-workers as well, because like I said, Pentacles is all about work and money. Maybe it's time, Pisces, you got to stand your ground. You got to stand your ground with your co-workers. Or if you're a supervisor, you got to stand your ground with your employees. Set up boundaries with your employees. Yeah. But like I said, there's some type of disaster or some type of destruction here with money, work, employees. But there's also a blessing here. There's also a blessing in disguise here. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to let them show. What's that? How does the song go? I see your true colors shining through. So don't be afraid to let them show. Baby, The great Maya Angelou said, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. When somebody shows you who the fuck they are, believe them. Yeah, that's somebody you cannot fuck with. So yeah, somebody showing their true colors. Like I said, it could be at work. Yeah, I'm getting work with this situation for some reason. Maybe even school. If you're back in school, it could be, one of your peers, maybe even a professor, a teacher, take it as it resonates, but you have to set up boundaries with this situation and know that there's a blessing in disguise. When we feel like, shit is falling all apart, there's always a blessing in disguise. This is kind of giving me the movie Good Deeds, the Tyler Perry movie Good Deeds. There was a woman that he fell in love with, but they were from two different ends of the freaking world. He was this man born into this wealthy family, trained to run his family's business, and she was a struggling single mother. Got evicted from her apartment, was living in her car, and just by the blessing in disguise, she was working at the building, that Tyler Perry owned, was the manager of. And they fell in love. Well, yeah, I'll say they fell in love. It wasn't an instant fall in love. They went through some things, because he was actually engaged to marry another woman that he knew wasn't for him, but his mother, urged it. So it's all about basically living your own life, how you want to live your life, doing, being with who you want to be with, and doing what you want to do, career wise with your life, Pisces. Yeah, because at the end he said, I don't want to run this damn company no more. I want to travel the world with my friends on my motorcycle around Africa, and take this lady with me, the one that I truly like and love, and her little daughter. Yeah, I feel like, again, you're breaking through, Pisces. You're breaking through, and you're doing it how you want to do it. And I think that's beautiful for you. Yeah. All right, let's end it over here. So lastly, we have the Two of Swords here. Okay, so we're back into the swords. We're back into the mental. I feel like you got a lot of air energy here. I feel like maybe you have something going on with an air sign in your life. But with the Two of Swords, I speak about being in denial and having your fucking Ray Charles glasses on. Somebody's in denial, has their Ray Charles glasses on, don't know what to do. Look at the Two Swords going in different ways. Yeah. There's some decisions that have to be made here. Lots of decisions on the table that need to be made. And it's like turning a blind eye to it. Somebody's turning a blind eye to it. In denial. And basically just living with their Ray Charles glasses on, but it's time to take them off. It's time to take off your Ray Charles glasses. So it speaks about reconciliation. Maybe, Pisces, you are debating on if you want to reconcile with someone, make up with someone, or somebody's thinking about making up with you. Yeah. But it's like straddling the line. It's like you're on the fence. I always say, if you're on the fence about some shit, the answer is no. Okay? It's plain and simple. If you're on the fence about some shit and don't know what to do, the answer is no. Not going to be able to do it. There's no need to be at the fork in the middle of the road, straddling the line. Yeah. It says, face your concerns. Face your concerns. Being pulled between two relationships. Ooh. It's like a divided. It's like some type of division going on. Being pulled between two relationships, and it's a difficult decision. It's an unpleasant decision. It's a stressful decision. Ooh, child. And look, you got the Fool card backing it up. I feel like this shit is just pushing you to the ledge. Like Mary J. Blige said, whatever's going on here is pushing you to the ledge, baby. It is a difficult decision. But look at the good old loyal dog pulling you back. Mm-hmm. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. Who's that? Chingy? I think that's Chingy and Tyrese. Mm-hmm. Now I'm getting sometimes it's something a mystic rain that gently touches my soul. I love that song. Rain down on me, let your love just shower me, just rain on me. I feel like you just want some love, Pisces. You just want the love to rain down on you. You want the loyalty. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's something mystic rain. Yeah. I feel like there's a difficult decision going on here with love. Yeah. Something unpleasant. Something stressful. It's like, yeah, you're divided. It's like you can't make up your mind between these two relationships. You're at the fork in the road. Let me go into the Fool card. Let me see what the Fool card is talking about as far as love. Yeah, because the Fool card speaks a lot about freedom, originality, being yourself. Freedom, originality, being yourself. It's about your youth and your innocence. I spoke about that earlier, honoring your inner child, doing something to have some fun. It also speaks about carelessness as well. So you want to be careful. You want to make sure you're not being careless. You're paying attention. We talked about that in the beginning about focusing. Carelessness, foolishness. Yeah. Lack of commitment, foolishness, carelessness. Yeah. Ooh, child. Youth, innocence, spontaneity. Yeah, it's like you're being spontaneous. You're not thinking about it. You're just doing it. Yeah, you're not thinking about it. You're just doing it. But it could lead you into some shit you don't want to be led into. And look, you got somebody very loyal here that's trying to save you, that's pulling you back. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. Or that could be, somebody, every time you try to leave this relationship, they keep pulling you back in. Yeah. And it's just leaving you confused, child. Yeah, it's just leaving you confused, in denial, with your fucking Ray Charles glasses on. But the Fool card says, baby, it's time for a new beginning. Quit the foolishness. It's time for a new beginning. Yeah, what we got backing this up? Ooh, in the Four of Cups. So with the Four of Cups, I always get to speaking about the Joneses. Being worried about being focused on the Joneses when you should be focusing on yourself. What's on the Joneses plate is not gonna make you shit. What's gonna make you shit is what's on your plate. So you gotta focus on your plate. I get jealousy with this, and seeing that this is Cups, I feel like this may be you, Pisces, worrying about the Joneses and what the fuck the Joneses got, and thinking about the wrong shit. Look, opportunities are being handed to you, and you're not even paying attention to them, not even noticing them, maybe even declining them. Yeah. Pisces, you gotta focus on you, baby. You gotta focus on you and what's on your plate. What's on the Joneses plate is not gonna make you shit. What kind of car they driving, what kind of house they living in, if they married, what kind of relationship they in, and blah 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 blah. Look, you don't know what the Joneses may have went through to get what they have, or you don't know what they going through in their relationships. You sitting there thinking, oh, I wish I had a husband or a wife like so and so, but he could be whooping her ass. He could be whooping her ass, cheating on her. Yeah. You know, you gotta be grateful for what you got. Yeah. Let's go a little deeper and then I'm gonna get on up out of here. So, the Four of Cups. Oh, hold on. Yeah, the Four of Cups talks about self-absorption, boredom, being bored, having remorse. We have that right here. Remorse, boredom, frustration, regret, refusing offers, missing opportunities, stagnation, delusion, focusing on the negative. Delusion, focusing on the negative. Look, you can't cry over the spilled milk. You know, what's done is done. The only thing you could do is forgive and move forward. That's how you're gonna heal. That's what we talked about. You know, forgiving. Forgiving is the answer to your healing. You know, focus on the positive instead of the negative. Fuck the Joneses. That's what I say. Fuck the Joneses. I don't give a fuck about the Joneses. The Joneses ain't paying my bills. They ain't paying your bills either, Pisces. Yeah, so fuck the Joneses. But I do want to go a little deeper with the Fool card before I get out of here as far as a relationship is concerned. Hold on, let me get to the Fool card. Yes, Pisces, no more feeling like a failure because of what the fuck the Joneses got going on. Yeah. Like I said, you don't know what's going on in the Joneses household on the real. On the real, you really don't know what's going on in the Joneses house, and here you are wishing you had the Joneses life. Yeah, nah. Focus on you. Focus on you. So let's see. The Fool card, as far as the relationship is concerned. Love and relationship. Having the fool when you have questions regarding your love life means you shall have a spontaneous, exciting, and romance-full love life. However, a little fickleness in the head of the partner comes with it. A little fickleness. A little fake, a little phony. A little fickle. I feel like maybe you're dealing with a fickle lover. You're dealing with a fickle lover. That's probably an air sign. Like I said, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It's fake. I said, air and water is very toxic. For people already in a relationship, this tarot card illustrates that you are mad in love. Oh, but you are crazy in love. You are crazy in love with this person and extra joyful about having your partner in your life. However, if it is about commitment, I feel like this person won't even commit to you, Pisces. Yeah. However, if it is about commitment, it indicates a lack of commitment or not being ready to take the relationship to the next level. For single people, the Fool signifies carefree and impulsive romances with fun-filled times and sometimes an incoming of true love too. So if you are single, there's true love here too. And I was supposed to be in the Four of Cups, but I was actually in the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups was all about lovebirds, soulmates, marriage. Yeah. So if you are single, I feel like there is true love coming. I definitely feel like there's true love coming, and I feel like it's probably a water sign, a Scorpio or a Cancer. Yeah. And they are your true love. There could be chances that you shall meet your prospective partner. Yeah. I feel like there's chances you're going to meet your prospective partner. But I also feel like some of you are dealing with a fake relationship. Yeah. The person just push you through hell. They won't commit. Yeah. And like I said, I feel like it's an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I do feel like there's true love coming into your life. I feel like they could be a Cancer or a Scorpio. Yes, indeed. However, a match won't be there if you don't value their presence in your life. You have to value their presence in your life. People seeking someone won't think twice before approaching any decision regarding them or their relationship. As for folks in a toxic relationship, the Fool upright card suggests freedom and better opportunities regarding self love and self healing. Listen, baby, what did Mary J. Blige said? You gotta love yourself more than letting somebody fake love you. Yeah, fake love you, love bomb you. I'm hearing love bombing the fuck out of you. Yeah. You may have been an insane and blind baby. I can't make this shit up. You may have been an insane and blind person in love, but with this major arcana card pulled out in your tarot reading, you would seek motivation in your life ahead. You'll be seeking motivation in your life ahead. Listen, baby, I started out by saying this. You can't keep a good woman down. Hate it or love it, the underdog is on top, okay? That whole Mary J. Blige breakthrough album, I feel like some of y'all have done listened to that on repeat. I feel like that's your favorite Mary J. Blige album, some shit. Yeah. If you don't know it or haven't heard it, go on and put that on. The Mary J. Blige breakthrough album, baby. It will give you some healing. It will give you some clarity. Yes. Yes. All right, Pisces, let's do some oracles and then I'm out of here. Loyalty. I just spoke about that. Look. Somebody loyal. Pulling you back. Yeah. Pulling you back from the ledge. Somebody saving you. Redeeming you. Yeah. Because with the Fool card, this Fool card is sticking out to me. Yeah, new beginnings, innocence, free spirit. It speaks about loyalty, protection, learning lessons. Pack light. There go Erykah Badu again, bag lady. Girl, I know sometimes it's hard and we can't let go. Oh, when someone hurts you oh so bad inside. Yeah, they just hurt you so bad inside with the love bombing and the fickle, fake, wish-washy bullshit, baby. Yeah. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. So you could let that true love in. That loyalty. But yeah, loyalty speaks a lot about responsibility and relationships, construct and self-love and self-care. You gotta love on yourself. You gotta love on yourself. You know, some things are not of you. Yeah. And you gotta know that it's not of you and let it go. That's self-care. Loving yourself. Rolls, moles, rolls, moles, curves, and all. Love yourself. You know, your relationships are your responsibility, and if they're not loyal, then you gotta let it go. Yeah. Let it go. Protection, baby. Armament, strength, and boundaries. Aura, baby. This whole section I talked about boundaries. The Queen of Swords in the beginning, I talked about boundaries. I don't know. I feel like some of you have careers that require protection, like I don't know, judges, lawyers. I get military, army, celebrities, that need protection. Presidents, people, need protection. Yeah. So with armament, that's guns. Ooh, guns. Maybe some of y'all at the shooting range. Ooh, yeah. Strengthen boundaries and aura. Yeah. Yeah, the Fool card says trust the higher power. Leave fear behind. Trust the higher power and leave fear behind. Know that you are protected. Your ancestors are on the other side, guiding you and protecting you. The Holy Spirit, like I said, I don't know what your religion is or your spiritual rituals, but you are protected spiritually. Yeah. Relax, play, have fun, let your inner child out, take chances. Most importantly, follow your heart. Follow your heart, take a leap of faith. Keep the faith, even if it's as small as a mustard seed. All right. And lastly, we have crystalline. Make shit crystal clear to people. Like I said, we started out with the Ace of Swords. That's all about clarity, breakthrough, vision, seeing clearly. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. You got to be crystal clear about shit. You got energy, wonder, alive, and beauty. What makes you feel alive? Wonder, I always get children. We spoke about children. Honor your inner child. Have some fun. Do some inner child healing. Yeah. Know that there's a blessing in disguise in every disaster, every destruction that we may have going on in our life. There's a blessing in disguise. There's a silver lining in every cloud, okay? All right, Pisces, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you have enjoyed your birthday season. And I will talk to you again soon, okay? All right, I love y'all. Have a good one. Bye.